The new MSC terminal is happening. Also, MSC may be having to make some changes. Royal Caribbean is not the only cruise line that has a reason to be thumping their chest right now. All of this and more coming at you next. Well, howdy there, cruise news friends and family. Welcome back to Balanced Escapes. I'm Randy, and I'll be your host for this episode. Our first cruise news story of the night is about MSC. Our second cruise story of the night is about MSC. Back to the first cruise news story. So y'all heard in my past videos talking about MSC's 2025 terminal. Well, Galveston set out to sell some bonds to make that happen. $158 million worth of bonds. And they got it, and then some. So the MSC terminal in Galveston, it is happening. It will open November of 2025, folks. When I go down to Galveston in January, I will make sure that I take pictures. It's going to sit in between the Royal Caribbean terminal and the fish restaurant. For those of you who've been to Galveston, you know what that is. Those of you who ain't, well, I'll take some pictures when I go in January. Talking about deja vu, it sounds like we've already heard that. But that's what's going to happen. It's a 20-year deal that MSC has signed with the Port of Galveston with the option of 4 5-year deals. So they can extend it for another 20 years. So MSC will be operating a fixed cruise schedule out of Galveston, which means they'll only be leaving on Sunday and coming back on Sunday. They won't be doing like Carnival. Carnival has 4-day, 5-day, 6-day, 7-day, 8-day, 12-day, 14-day. I think they may have a 10-day. They can't do that. Okay. Norwegians are going to run some 7-day cruises, and then they're also going to run some 10 and a 14-day. MSC is going to be strictly adhere to a 7-day schedule, which gives Galveston the rights to lease that terminal out to any other cruise lines. Virgin Voyages, if you're listening, it will give them the right to lease out that terminal to any other cruise lines that will run on schedules opposite of the MSC schedules. Because right now we got Royal Caribbean, they have their own permanent terminal. You have the MSC terminal, which is being constructed. You have the fish restaurant. You have the boardwalk. Then you have the terminal that Carnival leases, which is not theirs. It's just an old terminal. Then you got the terminal that NCL, Disney, and Princess use, which is the old Royal Caribbean terminal. When they built their own, they moved out down to their own, which opened up another terminal. So Galveston is growing by leaps and bounds. About the only thing I can think of we need now is Virgin Voyages. Are you listening? I don't know. Maybe a Virgin ship? Who knows? All right, folks. So my next cruise news story number 2, is also about MSC. MSC is doing a 116-day world cruise. Now, they're going to have to change part of that world cruise because of tensions in the Middle East, okay? Because of the growing tensions in China with their aggression against Taiwan, cruise lines are pulling out of China also. Royal Caribbean and MSC are all pulling their ships out of China, and they're moving them to other places in the United States. I said on yesterday's video, MSC is moving theirs to South America. Royal Caribbean is moving theirs to California. Well, this World Cruise segment may get altered also because it has segments in the Middle East, which we know about the war in the Middle East right now, and the growing tensions and possibility of maybe some war between China and Taiwan. So we're going to keep an eye out on this, and we're going to let you know if you're on this world cruise, MSC is sending you out letters to notify you of the situation that is happening. If they do alter the itinerary will be altered from the Middle East and Asia over to South Africa. Me personally, I would probably hope that it would go to South Africa. But if the itinerary does get altered and you don't want to go to South Africa, maybe that was your bucket list cruise going to Asia and the Middle East and it's not possible, well, they will allow you a full refund if you cancel that cruise. All right, folks. So, cruise news story number 3 is about a cruise line that has made a miraculous comeback in the last 20 years. Okay. One day I'm going to do a video of the full history of NCL. Okay. NCL, up until I found Princess, NCL was my favorite cruise line of all time. My first NCL cruise was on a ship called the SS Norway. For those of you who don't know about the SS Norway, the SS Norway was so old that it was before jet airliners, folks. It was back when cruising was about transportation, not about pleasure. It was about getting from Norway to the United States. That's what the ship was all about. It was an awesome ship. It was an amazing ship. I wish that she could have still been around today because that stole my heart right there. That made me an NCL fan. And then I went on the Norwegian Sky, another beautiful, perfect ship. But Royal Caribbean did some chest bumping over their profit margin. They're not the only ones to do some chest bumping. Carnival, of course, is doing chest bumping too. If there's anybody who has the right to chest bump, it's NCL, a cruise line who 20 years ago was on the brink of bankruptcy. Now they have, I want to say 22 ships, maybe 22 ships. They made record-breaking profits. They also own Oceania, which is a luxury brand, and they own Regent Seven Seas, which is ultra luxury. Oceania, I plan on getting on one day. Regent Seven Seas, I will admire from afar because, well, my pockets aren't that thick and will never be that thick. But that helped them with their profit margin because they have a luxury cruise line and an ultra luxury cruise line. So their profits are off the charts. Their profits are so good. They have eight cruise ships on order between 2025 and 2023, folks. So there's a lot more NCL to come. There's a lot more Oceania to come. I know there's some Regent Seven Seas ships on order too. I'm not sure that exact number. Not too many because Regent Seven Seas will always be it's just a small yacht, ultra luxury brand. Just for those who need the bragging rights, Oceania, it's a luxury brand. It's very, very nice. NCL, for a mainstream cruise line, NCL is very, very nice. The difference between Royal Caribbean and Carnival and NCL is Royal Caribbean and Carnival focus on the inside of the ship with their Lido decks and their promenade decks. NCL focuses on the outside of the ship. They have what they call the waterfront. Like all the restaurants along the ship, they had the inside eatery. They also had the outside eatery. They also have plenty of deck space with plenty of deck chairs. You can tell that NCL really, really focuses on the outside of the ship. So my hat off to NCL. Congratulations, NCL. I'm really glad to see that cruise line really bounce back, really do good. It just, I don't know, it just really does my heart good to see that cruise line really do good. So that's your cruise news for today. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. I keep forgetting to say like and subscribe until the end of the video. I hope y'all are still here. If y'all are still here, do me a solid and subscribe to my videos, folks. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you tomorrow.